Hi, welcome to my channel, Gnarly Reels Reacts. My name is Will, and today will be my first official videos. I hope you guys enjoy. My first video will be the top 10 movies that I personally love. So, opinions are going to be different. It's not going to be like an actual, like, industry top 10. It's my own personal. And it's probably you guys will not agree with some of them. You're probably gonna think that they're not even close to being Oscar worthy, but that's okay. You guys have your own personal favorites, such as I do. So I'm gonna give you my top tens and see what you guys think. Okay, first at number 10, A Nightmare on Elm Street. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a horror slasher movie that I fell in love when I was just a kid, and it scared the crap out of me. I remember we were talking in the playground, and they were talking about Freddy Krueger. So that enticed me to watch it. And when I watched it, I couldn't sleep that night. I was terrified. And it was all thanks to the performance from Robert Englund, one of my favorite actors, even though he's not an accomplished or well respected actor, in my opinion. I think he did an amazing job in the movie, and he should have make a new one, I believe. Nine is My Life. It's just a beautiful movie about a man that gets cancer, and that's now the only thing he gets. His wife gets pregnant, and it happens in the same time. It's just such a beautiful movie, and the performance by both Michael Keaton and Nicole Kidman was amazing. It just made this movie obviously one of my favorite movies of all time. And if you watch it, I guarantee you will have a tear in your eye by the end of the movie. A number 8 is It's a Wonderful Life. What a classic! If you guys haven't seen this during the holidays, you guys are missing out. This is a true classic. What a job James Stewart made in this film. I watch it every year a couple times because it deserves to be watched by everyone. It's such a good movie. It pulls your heartstrings. I love it. I love his performance, and I could watch it 100 times if I wanted to. And if you do watch it during the holidays because it's very special. All right, at the number 7, it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. This is a childhood classic to me. Hence, one of the reasons I called this channel Gnarly Reels channel is because I heard it in this movie. And one of the lines, they're looking for someone to take, and Bill looks at Ted and he's like, "Hey, how about that gnarly old goat dude?" It's just this movie to me is perfect, and it has Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters, just amazing, and a legend, a comic legend in George Carlin. May he rest in peace. Just, I just love this movie. I don't care what anyone says. It's just it was just perfect, and I fell in love with it. And when they made Bill and Ted's Face the Music, it just brought me back to this movie, and it's just a gotta watch. You guys, I recommend you guys have to watch this movie. All right, talk about a horror classic. At this one just blows my mind. At number 6 is Halloween. When I first saw this movie, is when I fell in love with horror. John Carpenter made an absolute classic, and it stands up to this day. No one has made such an amazing movie like this. It scares the hell out of me, and it's so simple that it's amazing how this film can scare you, and you could just fall in love with it. It's one of the best horror movies ever, in my opinion. Okay, and then number 5 is Legends of the Fall. I mean, just look at the cast. I mean, it is just an amazing movie, and I just fell in love with this movie. And I don't want to say it was just because of one scene, but that scene was so good. Brad Pitt just nails his part, and the story about the three brothers really hit me because my relationship with my brother, I treasure it. I love my brother, and it reminds me of us. We don't have exactly the life that they had because we had a better relationship, but they also loved each other to death. They would die for each other, and that's why I fell in love with this movie. It's such a beautiful movie. Speaking of my brother, at number four is Disorganized Crime. Oh my God, this movie! It's one of our favorite movies ever. We watched this as little kids, and oh my God, we could rehearse every single line of this movie. Just look at the cast. Oh my God, such great actors. And yes, that is Ed O'Neill. That's Al Bundy himself, and he is hilarious in that movie. But they all are. This movie is perfect. I'm sure none of you have ever heard of this movie, but I highly recommend it. If you've never watched this movie or never heard of it, thank God that there's this video, because and now you'll be able to have the chance to watch it. It's a great movie. I seriously recommend you to watch this one. Okay, now these are the top three, my all-time favorites. They're just, in my opinion, the absolute best. And as you can see, it's Robin Williams, What Dreams May Come. I just absolutely love this movie. He is a comedian, but in this movie, he shows you why he is a legend. He just does not do comedy, and in this movie, he was mind blowing. I just fell in love with this movie. I could watch it all day, several times a day. Just this man. I mean, he showed his talents in Aladdin, but this movie takes him higher than that. He just, I just can't say good things about his performance in this movie because I don't think I do enough justice of saying how good this movie was. I love this movie, and I will forever be one of his fans. All right, and then the number two is Iron Man. Wow, what can I say about this movie? Before this, the Batman was my favorite superhero. But after watching this movie, watching the performance of Robert Downey Jr., just blew my mind. I didn't even know who Iron Man was. And after this movie, I didn't miss out in any of the movies. I'm trying to check out all his comics. The Demon in the Bottle comes to mind. I just fell in love with this movie, and it just made me expand, made me want to look at other mediums where Iron Man comes out, even animation. His performance alone, Robert Downey Jr. just made this movie. Without him, there won't be no MCU, and I really believe that this movie is freaking amazing. That being said, my number one has to be Batman. I know what I said, but this movie, oh my God, it's just so good. And it has Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton. My God, such a good movie. And I think it changed the way they made Batman from the 60s being all cheesy and into this dark character that everyone loves today. Because if it wasn't for this adaptation, there probably would have been no Dark Knight. There probably wouldn't have been the Batman. And we gotta give credit where credit is due. And for those movies, it's because of this one. And whoever loves the other Batmans, this is the reason why we have them. Number one right there. Alright, guys, those were my top 10. I know there's so many great, amazing movies. Some that I could not even put up. I had to do a top 10, and there's so many that I wanted to put on, but I couldn't. Like Mr. Destiny. I love that movie. It makes me laugh so hard. I wish I could have put it in, but it's just I couldn't. And there's Fields of Dreams. There's so many that I grew up with, and I'm sure you guys grew up with so many and love to this day, and have brand new favorites. So I hope you like my top 10. You guys check out some of them, and leave in the comics your top 10 or some of the movies that you like. I'm sure they're different from mine, or way out there that you just I probably have never seen. So leave the comments, put a like, and subscribe, and I'll see you the next time.